Good morning, everybody, and it's time for the Kelly Williams Show. Yay!
Yay!
Okay, so I'm so excited because this morning I have live with me, not in the studio, but they're in their own little studios at home. I've got the newly crowned 2020 Miss San Antonio teen, Francie Milan, and the 2020 Miss San Antonio, Rebecca James. Good morning. Okay, so I'm so excited to interview these girls. You're going to find out all about them in just a minute. So grab your coffee, get ready, and we're about to start live at the Kelly Williams Show. See you in a minute. Good morning, girls. How are you?
Good morning. I'm doing great.
Great, thank you.
All right. Well, I'm so excited to get to visit with y'all this morning because you've already had a very exciting year.
Yes.
Just a couple of months ago, y'all were crowned the 2020 Miss San Antonio Teen and Miss San Antonio. Yay!
Yes, it's very exciting. Definitely been a great few months.
Absolutely, absolutely. Okay, so girls, I want you to tell us just a little bit about yourselves. Are you from San Antonio originally? Have you lived there your whole life? Are you in school? Tell us a little bit about each of you.
So I'm Francie Milan. I'm 18. I was originally born in Houston, Texas, but at a very young age brought to San Antonio, which, as many know, is a very welcoming city. Like, you come in and they welcome you with open arms, which is something I'm really grateful for, and that's why I wanted to represent the city so hard and so much that I worked 3 years for this title. I go to college. I go to community college, and I'm studying a majors in professional communications and a minor in world languages.
Very nice. That's awesome. Okay, Rebecca, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hi, I am born and raised in San Antonio, just right outside on a little ranch at. So I was very excited to be crowned Miss San Antonio and represent my hometown. So I've been going to Southern Methodist University for the past 3.5 years. And I'm triple majoring in finance, public policy, and economics.
Oh my goodness.
It's a mouthful. And definitely keeps me busy. And I hope to go to law school starting next fall.
Wonderful. Is there a specific law school you're looking at?
I love Dallas, or at least going to school in Dallas. So I'd love to go to SMU Law.
Very nice. Very nice. Well, I'm so proud of both of you. Very accomplished and hardworking. But I wouldn't expect anything less. I'm just so excited to finally meet y'all. Okay, and I want to tell our audience, if you would like to make a comment or if you'd like to ask the girls a question, we'll answer it live right here on the show. So please chime in, let us know where you're watching from, and we'd love to say hi to you this morning. Okay, so, girls, was this always, Francie, you actually just mentioned you had thought about really wanting to represent the city. Was this a dream from a little girl wanting to be a beauty pageant winner?
It definitely was. Growing up, watching Miss Universe, seeing such powerful, accomplished women taking on that stage. Not only are they gorgeous, but they had a message. And growing up, seeing that, having those role models, whenever I started looking into pageantry, I'm like, wow, like, people don't know it, but pageantry is just a bunch of women who are brave, strong, and just trying to get a message across, and I really wanted to do that. My first time competing for San Antonio, I didn't place. My second time, neither. But my third time, I came in strong. I showed my determination. I worked as hard as I could, put on those extra minutes and hours in the gym, that's necessary. And then I made it, and I did it. I made my family proud, and at the end of the day, I have this title across my heart, and I'm so ready to take it on the Texas teen stage.
Yeah, wonderful, wonderful. Well, we had a good morning from my daddy just a minute ago to say hi to everybody. And Guillermina, love your makeup artist, Francine. He always does a great job. Great job. Very nice. Hello.
Thank you. That's my wonderful brother.
Oh, I love that. I love that. That's fantastic. Okay, so Rebecca, was this always, competing in a pageant or winning and doing these things? Was this something you dreamed about?
It really was. I started pageantry when I was 13 years old after my sister did it. And I just saw how much she grew from the experience. And I knew that's exactly what I wanted. And like Francie said, so many of my role models are women in pageantry because they're so determined, such accomplished women. And once I entered into the USA system, it's always been a dream of mine to not only win a title, but to win a title for my hometown. So I competed as a teen. I actually competed with Francie at Texas Teen one time. When I didn't win San Antonio, didn't win state. So then I went to Dallas, but coming back and winning in San Antonio, my hometown, where I grew up, my 21 years of just what makes me me is a great accomplishment and makes me really excited. It's a dream come true.
Absolutely. I mean, it's so exciting. Okay, so here we go. Erica, good morning. Girls look fabulous. Shout out to Rachel James Makeup for doing a great job on Rebecca tonight. Absolutely. So glad you're watching this morning, Erica. Awesome. So many girls, especially if there's anybody watching or there's mothers watching whose daughters are thinking about competing or have competing in a pageant and not won. How many pageants? And Francie, you did tell us a little bit about how many pageants did you compete in before you won Miss San Antonio Teen?
So I actually competed in Texas back in 2018, which is where Rebecca was as well. I competed for San Antonio. I went back to Texas and I competed for San Antonio once again. For all those mothers and all those girls, never give up. If you have a dream, trust me, work as hard as you can, put in your heart, work into it, and definitely you will accomplish it, because hard work and determination is what makes you that representative and that perfect representative at the end of the day.
Absolutely. Okay, so Rebecca, how many pageants did you compete in, if any, before you won Miss San Antonio?
For USA, I competed twice at Texas Teen, once at San Antonio Teen, where I placed first runner-up, always a hard place to get. And then I competed once at Miss Texas USA. So all those times, not winning a crown, it can be a little disheartening, but I never gave up. I put even more work in each time, and now here I am. I'm ready for that Miss Texas USA stage.
Absolutely. The harder it takes, the harder it is to reach a goal. It's usually the most wonderful time because you're learning so much along the way, and it just makes you a better person and a better competitor. So I love that about you girls. Okay, so here we go. How do you balance everything you do, school, family, time for everything? That is a very good question. Girls, y'all want to answer that really quickly?
Absolutely. It definitely, I'm sure Francis too, it's a busy schedule. It is a balancing act. I'm currently taking 15 hours in school. Next semester, I'll be taking 18, along with my extracurriculars, getting ready for law school, and of course, family. And honestly, the flexibility of the pandemic has helped a little bit because so many things are virtual, whether it was this interview or just my school. So being able to take my classes anywhere I am, so I can come to San Antonio more often, be with my family, do my title holder responsibilities has been very helpful. But at the end of the day, it's also important to make time for yourself. I usually find that time when I'm working out in the gym and just kind of always take a breather and make sure you get your priorities straight.
Wonderful.
Definitely. So what I do is I keep a planner, and in my planner, I make sure I give time not only for school, family, and work, but for myself as well. Self-care is extremely important. You have to take in that time where you can rest, especially with all the COVID and everything going on. But definitely I use a planner. I give enough time to go to work, to be with my family, my loved ones, and at the end of the day, prepare for Miss Texas Teen.
Very good. And I have to write everything down because that's just me. If I don't, it's like I'll miss it somewhere. I should have written it down. That's what I tell myself. Absolutely. Well, good morning, Shay. Hello.
Good morning, Mama Shay.
That's right, Mama Shay. Okay, so she's asking y'all to answer what's the hardest thing about competing. And I love that answer. And that's their fabulous director right here, ladies and gentlemen.
I would say in pageantry, of course, everybody looks up to the title holders, the girls that have won, and everyone you see on TV, like the wonderful Miss Universe ladies. But the hardest thing is staying true to yourself. Competing, being new to it, I'm one of the ones that did that as well. I was like, she dressed like this, I have to dress like this. She talked like this, I have to talk like that. But later, growing into it, I realized, like, no, at the end of the day, you have to stay original, true to yourself, and that's what they're looking for you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. I think one of the most difficult things, whether it's competing or just everyday life, is comparing yourself to others. And I have never met a pageant girl I didn't like. I've met so many friends. It's even with your friends, you compare yourself to them. Like Francie said, how they walk, how they talk, how they dress, and it can get inside your head. So really when you step outside of that and you stop comparing yourself to others and you stay true to who you are and you show who you are on that stage is really when you gain that confidence and that ability to show your passion and exactly who you are to the judges.
Absolutely. I think it's that's so important. And Shay, that was a very, very good question, of course. Okay, so y'all, you weren't crowned that long ago. Y'all have a little bit of time. Have y'all been able to make any appearances yet, or are you getting ready to make some? Can you tell us a little bit about that?
So I have a really fun project coming on that I'm working on behind the scenes. It will be involving many children, especially elementary, because my message is self-love and my organization is called Powerful and Empowered, and it's all about empowering the youth. So I have these projects coming up. I'm so excited to announce them pretty soon.
Good. That's exciting. Okay, Rebecca.
Yeah, it's been a little bit more difficult with Corona, but probably one of my favorite appearances so far is at my old school on their first day. I got to stand at the gate with the cheerleaders and the football players and welcome all the students in. So that was something really fun just to see their bright faces so excited for the first day of school. And we're actually going back this Friday for their Christmas on Main parade. So we're excited for that.
Oh, I love that. Y'all are going to have so much fun. That sounds wonderful. Okay, so what do you remember? And there's so much going on pageant night or pageant weekend, but what specifically do you each remember about the night you won?
It was an interesting competition. We had to wear masks and we were on stage with each other. But I just remember my support system being there. That was so exciting. I couldn't always see them. They were a little bit in the back, but I could always hear them. I'll never forget 2 of my great friends from school. They took a Greyhound bus at 5 o'clock in the morning from Dallas to San Antonio just to come and see me. And that was something so special to me that really cheered me on even while I was on stage and kept that smile on my face.
How sweet is that? Francie, do you remember anything specific about the night you won?
So me, this was my last year as a teen as well competing. And I just remembered I had that flashback of like me being here so many times, and I just looked at myself in the mirror and I told myself, you know what, have fun this year, last year. I remember coming out. I loved the opening number. We got to say 3 words that represented us. I said those loudly and proudly. When I looked to the side, I saw my brother, my brother-in-law, my mother, my younger brother, and a bunch of my family there supporting me. My last time, giving me my last round, giving them my all, yelling their lungs out, even wearing masks, of course, staying protected. But it was so much fun, and I was so happy and excited.
Oh, that's so sweet. Shay says, love my ladies. We know you do. You're awesome. Okay, so girls, once you win a title, your life really automatically changes because it becomes a job that you do to serve your community, to work hard for your state pageants, to do what is needed to do all that. What have you learned about yourselves since winning Miss San Antonio and Miss San Antonio Teen?
Something I definitely learned about myself is I've taken more time to really reflect on who I am, what makes me me. Because that's why I want to show at Texas. There are so many things that go into Texas. It's working out, it's building your resume, it's the community involvement. But I really want to get to the root of why I do all these things. I work out because I want to have a healthy body. I do community service and appearances because I want to care for and be involved in my community. I work hard in school and I build my resume because I want to be that accomplished woman that I've looked up to. So I think one of the biggest things I've learned about myself is just really digging into who I am. I journal. I think I just meditate on that. And that's been really enlightening experience.
Yeah, that's wonderful. And, this was a really great point, Rebecca, because so many people assume that title holders or people who win just do things to win a title. Mm-hmm. But, like you just said, you do these things and you work hard because it's making your life better. I mean, it wasn't just to go win Miss San Antonio. You're doing it because you want to serve your community. You want to feel good. You want to, I mean, I love that. And that's a great answer. And that, I think, is how it should be. You know, Francie, what do you think you've learned about yourself since you've been crowned?
So I've learned that having a title really impacts many young people out there, especially me. I'm Latina, so I get to represent my community loud and proud, and I get to encourage a lot of girls from my Latin community, and of course, a lot of my San Antonio and Texas girls to go out, give it a try. Pageantry is an amazing experience to meet a bunch of amazing young ladies, and at the end of the day, get your platform and message across, which is something I love to do. Talk about self-love and talk about how important it is to care not only for yourself emotionally and mentally, but physically as well.
Absolutely. Great answers from both of you, and I'm really proud of y'all. Marvin James, are you able to feel the positive energy you have generated for everyone by both of your successes? I love that question.
Thank you so much.
Do you feel what everybody's excited for y'all about?
Oh, absolutely. From the night that I won, I've just had so much support behind me. People who I haven't heard from in maybe years texting me, congratulating me. All my friends back in school and even my old friends back here are just constantly asking me about it. How's it going? They want all the updates. They're following my new accounts and they're ready for that road to Miss Texas USA.
So exciting. Okay, so good morning, Cindy. She said, good morning, ladies.
Hi, Cindy.
Kelly Lee said, hi, Cindy. Good to see you this morning. Hey, guys, so if you have a question or a comment or just want to tune in and chime in on the comments, you are welcome to do that. We will show them and get any questions answered live right here on the show. Okay, so every pageant girl has a platform. And if they don't, they should have one, whether it's one or many, because being in a pageant and especially being a title holder is really about serving your community, as you both know. Can y'all give us a little bit about what, if you have a specific platform, and if you do, can you tell us a little bit about what that is?
So I created an organization called Powerful and Empowered. I started brainstorming it during COVID because I realized we're all going to be locked inside. What many girls do is when you're locked inside, you start doing your makeup, looking at yourself in a mirror, and you start picking out insecurities and problems you would love to change. So I realized to stop all that, I wanted to create a page where I can have them post beautiful pictures where they feel confident and strong and amazing messages they wanted to share with the world. So it was based on self-love. So my pageant platform is Powerful and Empowered, and it's a platform about self-love.
Oh, I love that. I'm going to join it.
You better.
I love some days. I just need to go. I need to go onto Francie's page. Where's that page? I'm going to post my picture.
On Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter as well.
Awesome. I love that. Okay, Rebecca, what is your platform?
I kind of fall into the category of multiple platforms because the past few years I have been very passionate about domestic violence awareness. It's something that it's a platform that I kind of fell into my freshman year of college, and it's really something that I've developed and educated myself more on and began to educate others. I volunteer with the Genesis Women's Shelter in Dallas, and each year for the past 3 years, I played an active role in a huge fundraiser in Dallas that supports the Genesis Women's Shelter and the One Love Foundation. And last year, we raised over $200,000, which was really exciting to be a part of that fundraiser.
Yeah.
And I say multiple because I am kind of transitioning to a new platform. It's very early stages about mental health and suicide awareness. I've had many friends struggle with mental health. I have lost friends to suicide just this February. So it's something that has really grown close to my heart and something I really want to work on for my community and for all those around me. Just educating not only myself, but others on the importance of taking care of your mental health, the mental health of others, and not being afraid to say you're not okay or that you need help, because many people do, and being there and being that support system for people when they need it most.
Absolutely. Well, both of you have wonderful platforms and are working hard on things that, especially since COVID, it seems that both of your chosen things have become kind of, really highlighted, I guess, during the COVID situation for so many people. So very good. I'm really proud of y'all for working on all of that. That's wonderful. Okay. So here's a more fun question. What are 3 things that you will each take with you to Miss Texas and Miss Texas Teen USA? I'll give you 2 seconds to think about it. Rebecca.
Okay. I swear in a different life, I was a Boy Scout because I follow the mantra, be prepared for everything. So I'm always one with like the glue that people need backstage with. So definitely that, because I put it just about everywhere. I put on the bottom of my shoes so I don't slip. Safety pins. I cannot tell you how many times I've saved myself and others backstage with safety pins. Always need those. Always have dress malfunction. I myself have been sewn into and safety pin into a dress before a finale. And then this is a little bit more of an inside joke. That many years ago, with some pageant friends, we were all packing the night before a big pageant, and one girl had packed nothing save a single bobby pin. So all of us before a pageant, we always pack one single bobby pin. We throw it in our suitcase, and we send a picture and say we're ready to go. So bobby pins,
love it.
glue, safety pins.
Love it. Love it. Those are all important.
All of them.
Okay, so Francie, what are 3 things you're taking with you to Miss Texas Teen USA?
So one, and I know Rebecca can attest to this, snacks for sure. You're on the go, you need that extra munch. Whenever you have time, you just get that protein bar and you snack on it. Second, of course, my family. You can't even keep them at home these days. When they have the opportunity to go out, they're out like a flash.
That's right.
So my family for sure. And lastly, a picture of my fur babies. I have a big old chunky, smelly Old English Bulldog that I'm so sad I have to leave home. He thinks he's a human. He's going to be so mad. But he has to be left at home, so I have his picture to remember him and just carry his love with me.
That's right. You can make him a little sash.
I will.
And let him watch.
The problem is that he won't say Mr. San Antonio in his head. He's the king of the world. So
Exactly. Okay, so we have my good friend. Here we go. Mr. Jimmy Lee Langhoff says, hello, ladies. What question in your personal interview at the local pageant do you think helped you win the title? This is a great question. And people, if y'all are watching, Jimmy Langhoff is literally one of the top interview coaches in the country.
He's amazing.
He is amazing. Okay, so Francie, answer this first.
I would say,
what question do you think?
Whenever they ask you, why do you want to be the next title holder? Because that's the exact time where you can explain to them what you bring to the table and how you want to impact not only your local community, but hopefully your state and national as well. So you get to explain all your events, all the stuff you want to work on, and all the stuff you have been able to do, and what qualities do you possess that make you the amazing next title holder.
Okay, very good. Okay, Rebecca, what question do you think helped put you over the top?
I got asked, what would I say to someone who is skeptical about pageants? And I love this question because I really get to talk about what pageants have done for me. I talked about it a little bit earlier, but something I also got to talk about was I grew up with a speech impediment. And something I worked on all through elementary school. I did theater. My director helped me after hours on just how I spoke and how I presented myself. And pageants also really helped me with this because it put me on a stage and speaking in front of hundreds of people. It put me in front of judges, having an interview with them. And it really made me determined to work on these skills. So once I accomplished that and I overcame that, I realized I could do anything. So pageants have really pushed me to become just the best I can be and never look down a challenge.
Absolutely. And you said it was your theater teacher that helped you a little bit?
Yes. She would put a pencil in my mouth and make me say all my lines repeatedly until I got it right.
Have you gotten to see her and tell her that you won Miss San Antonio?
I haven't got to see her. She's a little bit older, so we're waiting until all pass over to see her. But I messaged her right away.
Oh, it's so good.
Pushed me to be where I am today.
Oh, I know she's so proud of you, honey. That's so exciting. Hi, is it Ivy?
That's my mom.
Hi, very nice to see you this morning. Okay, so girls, I want to know, and curious minds want to know, what are your 3 favorite beauty tips? Because, once you become a title holder, we were talking about this, it is another job added on to your daily life. But it is a job where you have to look great and you have to learn how to get ready quickly and keep yourself looking good. What do you think 3 beauty tips are that you can give our listeners?
So one for me will be always take your makeup remover. It's extremely not good at all to keep your makeup on. So always wash it off, always have a clean face before going to bed. Second would be moisturizer right after. You have to refresh your face once again, add all those extra vitamins and all that extra stuff. And lastly, I would say drinking a lot of water and eating very healthy. When you stick to a healthy lifestyle and diet and you drink a lot of water, wow, your skin completely flourishes. So I would really recommend those 3.
Okay, those are 3 good ones. Okay, Rebecca, what are your top 3 beauty tips?
Kind of along the lines of Francie, I think a good makeup routine starts with a good skincare routine. So I'm someone who washes my face in the morning and at night. I think that's really important. Nothing fancy. I get my face wash from CVS or Walgreens and always moisturize like Francie said. And then in a time of pandemic, our skincare may change a little bit. Everyone gets maskne, which no one likes. So I've invested just off Amazon in a spray with a salicylic acid solution, and that cleans your mask in between uses and it helps a lot. So that's number 2. And then 3, sometimes you have to hide the fact that you didn't get a full 8 hours of sleep. So just a little bit of under eye concealer can do wonders.
Those are great beauty tips for everybody that everybody can use. So I loved those. Okay, so girls, Rebecca, if you win Miss Texas USA, what is the first thing you're going to eat right after the pageant?
Ooh, I love cookie dough. I know people say maybe you shouldn't be eating cookie dough, but the places that like make safe to eat cookie dough, they're almost like ice cream bars. I could eat it every day for every meal.
I love it. I love it. Okay, Francie, what are you going to eat as soon as the pageant's over when you win?
So I know if my family is watching and everyone that knows me personally on a personal scale, I'm obsessed with hot Cheetos. I even have a bathing suit that's a whole hot Cheeto bag. I'm obsessed with them. So definitely my brother better be hearing me out here and better grab that bag of Cheetos. So if they ever call my name, I'm going to eat those Cheetos right away.
And you know what? I shouldn't even have said if you win, because it's like as soon as the pageant's over for everybody, they're all going, okay, where's my stuff? My chocolate, my pizza, my hot dog. It's hilarious. Those are 2 good ones. Okay, so before I finish some of my questions, Miss Shay has another question for y'all, which I think is a good one. What does life look like for you 10 years from now? This is a really good question. Okay,
so
go ahead.
Hopefully, I would be graduated with a master's in my minors. I'll be able to speak at least 5 to 6 different languages. That's one of my major dream goals, to be able to carry my platform even after pageantry. I want to open up my own boutique or my own clothing line. And I want to have it very inclusive. I want to have all types of clothing for all types of people, all types of colors, and all types of styles. So hopefully you'll see me as an own woman business owner, and hopefully a graduated one as well.
Well, wonderful. Well, I'm sure you're going to reach all those goals. I'm absolutely positive of all that.
Thank you.
Okay.
So in 10 years, I'll be in my early 30s, which is terrifying to say.
That's young.
By then, I would have graduated from my undergrad with a BBA and 2 BAs, and from law school with a JD. So just racking up those degrees, it's very exciting. And then by then, I will have a firm foundation in not only a business career in mergers and acquisitions, business contracts, business law, stuff like that, but hopefully already starting onto my political career in the political field. So vote for me in 10 years.
Yeah, we will. I mean, you're both going to do amazing, huge things, and I'm going to be keeping my eyes on you. I promise you. Okay, so I want to ask you, before we end with a couple of more fun questions, we talked about this a little bit earlier in the show, but what is one piece of advice you would each give young women who, they may be looking at doing pageants, they may not, but not necessarily a piece of advice for pageant girls? What would be your one piece of really good advice that you would want to give to all young women right now? Francie, go ahead.
To definitely love yourself. You can do so much once you realize how beautiful and strong and accomplished you are. Something my director taught me, and it's something I will always carry with me, is to look at yourself in the mirror, tell yourself 3 things you love, and lastly, about yourself, and lastly, tell yourself you love yourself. after I was able to do that to myself, I realized that I can accomplish anything, because that's one of the hardest things women have struggle and deal with. So definitely look at yourself in the mirror, tell yourself 3 things you love about yourself, hopefully every morning. She told me she would not get me off the mirror until I told myself that I fully love myself, looking at myself straight in the eyes. So definitely do that every morning and remind yourself just how strong and beautiful and accomplished you can be and are.
Wonderful. Rebecca, what is your one piece of advice you would give young women?
I would tell them to never limit themselves, because there's so many times where we think, oh, I can't do that. That'd be too hard. I don't want to put in that work. But in the end, it's always worth it. So you might be afraid of failure, but I am much more afraid of regret. So I always tell myself, and I tell others, to don't limit yourself. If I limit myself, I wouldn't be here as Miss San Antonio. If I limited myself, I would have stopped after 1 major, and now I'm graduating with 3 degrees. I have held many executive positions in my organizations, which when I first joined, thought I'll just be a general member, but then there I was as again, executive member or as a vice president. So that would be my advice. Just reach for the stars.
Excellent. Great advice for everybody. And I don't think that's advice just for young women. I think that's for advice for everybody, no matter how old you are. So I thought those were wonderful. What, Rebecca, you answer this first. What do you think has been your favorite thing about being 2020 Miss San Antonio USA?
My favorite thing, other than getting to work with Miss Shea,
Yes.
I think it's being a role model in my community. That's something I've always looked forward to doing, in whether they sash or not. That's something I always strive to be. So I think through all my actions and what the things I want to accomplish, that's what I'm most looking forward to, is being someone in San Antonio who people can look up to.
That's wonderful. Okay, Francie, what has been one of your very favorite things about being crowned Miss San Antonio Teen?
Believe it or not, I actually really like that. Well, I don't like it, but COVID. When COVID hit, title holders became such a huge impact to our community. I know a lot of Miss Universes that I look up to, like our Miss USA. And just carrying a title, being able to reach out through social media and being able to be that not only positive influence in social media, but around our communities, our states, and nationally, because through social media, not only do you reach people in your local community, but also statewide, national, and worldwide. So definitely being able to share my message across all the social media platforms as much as I can. And lastly, it would be representing my beautiful community. San Antonio, if you haven't gone down here, you definitely should. It's such a beautiful city with so many diverse cultures and such sweet, honest people, which is something I love.
Those were very good answers, girls. Okay, so what superpower, if you could have one, what would it be?
And you're going to ask this. I was really thinking about it all last night. My first instinct is to fly. That's always kind of been a dream of mine. That's why I've been skydiving and bungee jumping, so it gives you that feeling. But honestly, if I could have a photographic memory, I know it might not be like a superpower because some people already have that, it would help a lot. And I would love to be able to remember anything I want to.
Yeah, that sounds great. I need that too. I need like 5 superpowers.
Yeah.
Okay, Nancy, so what superpower would you pick?
So sadly, growing up, my grandfather had passed away with cancer, and I know a lot of people who suffer and have family who suffer with cancer or many diseases. With COVID struggling right now, so I would love to have the power to cure anything or heal anyone. Definitely, if I can help anyone out there, and hopefully last them to be able to live with them a little longer, I'll definitely have that for sure.
Yeah, I love that. Those are both 2 very, very good superpowers. Okay, so girls, I have to ask you this. This is a top 5 question, kind of on the fun side. What is in your refrigerator right now? If I open the door, what is there? Name me 2 or 3 things. Rebecca.
I always have my fridge stocked with yogurt. Like a strawberry yogurt is the best. I have fresh strawberries that I cut up and I put in there. I also put a little bit almond butter, and it's like delicious.
Francie, what's in your fridge?
So I've been obsessed lately with salmon and avocado. So those for sure. They're not only am I a big avocado eater, but so is my brother, because they're so good not only to eat but for your face. So I definitely have some avocados in there.
Just eat it and just rub it.
Yeah, you eat some, you put some.
Yeah, and you just lick it off. It's just so delicious.
Definitely.
Okay, so we've just got a couple of people saying hi.
Hi.
Hi, really quickly. And look, Shay has one more question. How do you prepare physically for the pageant? This was literally a great question because being a title holder, when you are getting ready for these state pageants, it is tough and you have to stay mentally strong and physically strong. So go ahead and answer Shay's question. Francie, answer first. What do
So
you do?
sadly, I have to put my Cheetos aside.
Yeah.
Very sad times. Very heartbreaking.
Yeah.
But definitely stick to eating healthy from Monday till Saturday. Sunday's Cheeto days. So Sundays I get to eat my unhealthy snack just to stay sane. So
Exactly.
Monday through Saturday, I will eat healthy all day, 3 meals a day, and of course work out. I have an amazing coach, Shanae White, which is actually Shay's daughter, preparing me for San Antonio. I was like, girl, get me in shape. And she's like, I got you. If you work hard, you can do it. So definitely working in, putting those extra minutes in the gym and eating healthy.
Very good.
And I've had the pleasure since I won start working with Shanae as well, and she has been kicking my booty into shape. It's been great. I've been in the gym 5 days a week. And it's been interesting. I go to the gym at my school, so I have to wear my mask while I work out, which was an adjustment. But it has been one of the best experiences, some of the best workouts I've ever done, and just hitting that gym every day, usually before class, after class, sometimes at 6:30 in the morning, but we always get it done.
Awesome. Well, you girls look beautiful and y'all have been so much fun today. And I am so happy that we all got to get to know you both a little bit better. You're amazing, incredible, beautiful young women. And we are going to look forward to seeing you represent San Antonio at Miss Texas USA and Miss Texas Teen USA next May. Guys, thank you all so much for watching the Kelly Williams Show today. We were so happy to have our guests, Francie Milan and Rebecca James, from the San Antonio, Texas USA pageant system, and their director, Shay. We love you. Thank you so much, girls. You've been wonderful. And
thank you for having us. It was so much fun.
Good.
And thank you for everyone for all the love and support. Hopefully we make you proud out there.
Absolutely. Well, y'all have a really good day. I know you're going to be working hard, and we're all going to be cheering you on. Everybody, you can watch the Kelly Williams Show right here on Facebook Live every week. And we hope you have a blessed and wonderful rest of your day. See you later. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, we have one more. Hold on.
Oh, that's
it. Great job, ladies. There we go. See y'all later. Bye-bye. Y'all hang on right after the show. Hang on.
Okay.